Morning, Year 10. Just a quick feedback video from the work that you've been doing this week on field investigations and the use of quadrats to estimate the populations of static organisms like plants within an environment. Now, the work that you've done is really good, and I think for a lot of you, you've got and understood the purpose of a quadrat and what it's for, and that placing it on the ground and counting the number of a specific species within that defined area obviously allows you to estimate the number of that species within a wider area. Where I think some of us fell down was a little bit on questions where it might ask you to analyze this and put numerical values to this and actually come up with numbers for the estimated samples. So I've given you an example question here where a couple of us fell down, just to show you a little bit as to how to do it. The question says, if you try to analyze the number of dandelions in a 920 square meter area using a 0.3 squared quadrat that averaged 7 dandelions per sample area, how many would you expect to find in the entire area? So as you see, you've got a picture of quadrats split into areas, and then within that entire quadrat there's roughly about 7 dandelions. So what the question is telling you, there are 7 dandelions per quadrat, and each quadrat is 0.3 meters squared. What it's then asking you is saying, okay, how many dandelions are in 920 squared meter area? Now we know that on average there are 7 dandelions per 0.3 meter squared. So the question is, how many 0.3 meter squared are there in 920 meters squared? How would you do that? 920 divided by 0.3. So what that gives you is 3067. So what that tells you is there are 3067 quadrats, or places that you could place the quadrat within 920 meters squared. So if we know there are on average 7 dandelions per quadrat and 3067 places to put the quadrat within that area, we can come up with an estimate of how many dandelions there are in that total area. And that is purely the 7 dandelions multiplied by the 3067. Gives you roughly 21,469 dandelions, and that is an example of how to do one of these questions. I just realised, looking at that bullet point where it says, so there are 7 dandelions on average per quadrat. That's a pile of rubbish. Rephrase that sentence there, just so that it's meant to say, so there are on average 7 dandelions per quadrat. Apologies for that. A little bit of a cock up, but otherwise I think you get the point. If you've got any issues with it, obviously drop me an email.